Hey, everybody, we're live. This is a late breaking news, I guess, edition of Matt Men on Royal Rumble Sunday, Royal Rumble 2020. I hope everybody is enjoying it. I hope everybody's pumped for tonight. This is my favorite pay per view of the year. Tops WrestleMania, 130% tops WrestleMania for me because it's the only event you can really watch with everybody. You know, non-wrestling fans kind of get into this every single year when they're over my house. My first pay-per-view was a Royal Rumble. I think it was Royal Rumble 1990 was my first pay-per-view that I watched. And it was, it's like one of those old stories you hear your parents tell you. It's like one of those. We were all huddled around the TV watching on an illegal cable box that my great uncle bought on Queens Boulevard from some shady guy in a van, and we were watching the Royal Rumble. I know a lot of first timers are going to probably watch this because generally when we do these specials around the pay per view, a lot of first timers come. My name is Andrew Zarian. I'm not with my partner today. Rich is not here. He's going to be joining me for the party, and I think we're probably going to do a post show. If you're watching this live, I know MG Geek is here, Tim's here, Lewis is here. A lot of you guys are going to be coming in now because we're supposed to start at 4:15, but I wanted to start a little bit early. Josh Culmination podcast, the Culmination blog. Everybody should check it out. Josh posted a link in the chat. So this is a fun pay-per-view because I have a couple of people coming over that are casual wrestling fans. They go to a couple of house shows here in New York at the Garden, but generally they follow it online. They're casual fans, and for them, this is the best pay-per-view. My kids are really excited because of the countdown and the themes and the lights and the different entrances every 2 minutes. If you want to get somebody to like wrestling, this is the pay-per-view to start off with. I always tell people, don't put on like New Japan or Ring of Honor to kind of get them into this. Don't show them Darby Allin. Start off with a Royal Rumble. It'll explain everything. It's youtube.com/culmination for Josh Coleman's podcast. So there's a lot of news and rumors coming out. I want to go down the card before we do anything here. So let's find out the card here because I'm very curious how this is going to be placed. I should have had this open before, but I don't. So we're going to do this in real time right now. Royal Rumble Wikipedia. There we go. So this is a very long show. The show begins at 5 p.m. East on the pre-show. It's a 2-hour pre-show. Show officially begins at 7 p.m. East. So you only have 8 matches. Somebody was pointing out saying that, oh, well, there's only 8 matches announced. Well, yeah, because the Royal Rumble matches are about an hour long. More than an hour. Each one, there's 2 of them. So you have Andrade versus Humberto for the United States Championship. I hope Andrade keeps it. I know that he's expected to get a tremendous push going forward. So I hope he gets it. Bayley versus Lacey Evans. This is a nothing match for me. I don't know. It's a nothing match. It's going to be probably quick. Shorty G versus Sheamus. Another nothing match to kind of do something for Sheamus on his return. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. Falls Count Anywhere match. I hope this is the end of the Baron Corbin Roman Reigns experiment that has gone on for God knows how long at this point. It's utterly exhausting. Becky Lynch versus Asuka should be a good match. I can't expect anything bad out of that. The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan in a strap match. I don't know. I would like to see Daniel Bryan win the title again, win the Universal title for the first time, but is this the guy and is this the place to do it? I'm curious what you guys think about that match. Because the reality is I don't know. There's been very little build, but you really can't do much with the Fiend character. You know, this is like when The Undertaker will get the title. You would be really excited when he got it, and then it was kind of unnecessary for him because his presence is way bigger than the title. So if that's what they're doing with Bray at this point, I don't know if that's the title adds or takes away. But also when you're an opponent like Daniel Bryan that everybody gets behind, and this guy's gimmick is to no-sell everything, I don't know how well that's going to work. But this may be the end of this feud, whatever direction we go. We have the 30-woman Royal Rumble match for a title shot for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 36. Now, this could be either the Raw or SmackDown title. And then, of course, you got the men's Royal Rumble match for the Universal or World Championship #1 contendership for WrestleMania 36. So, I want to begin with, I want to do a lot of questions here today. So, if you have questions, get them ready in the chat and send them my way when we open up the question segment of the show. This is going to be a quick show, by the way. We're doing like 20, 30-minute stops, unless you guys have some unbelievable questions. By the way, let's talk about the Sultan thing. This is beyond disturbing to me. So Rich sent me a picture. If you go to my Twitter, twitter.com/AndrewZarian, I wish I had it queued up that I could pull it up on the show. Maybe I could have it on the post show. But Rich messages me this morning. He's like, listen, I'm going to send you something, but I did not Photoshop this. This is not Photoshopped. This is not edited. This is something I witnessed yesterday at the Met. It's a museum here in New York. It's a photo of me. I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. I can't believe that this was not altered or edited. This is a photo of me dressed like a Turkish sultan. And it says Sultan Abdul, let's see what it says. Abdul Masid underneath. But this man is me. This is me from either I am a Highlander and I have no memory of my past lives. I just, something happens. I have some head trauma and then I just continue on living and I'm hundreds of years old. Or I'm some sort of time traveler and I was able to escape 15th century Turkey in some capacity in Ottoman-controlled Turkey and end up in 1984 and be reborn. I can't believe what I am seeing at this photo. Also, people have now started to play with this. I've gotten videos of me. It says Sultan Zarian underneath, and it's the Iron Sheiks theme, which I'm going to post on our Matt Men Twitter. I cannot look beyond this. I mean, I'm really, there's so many things that I'm not awed by anymore. The internet has kind of jaded me as far as my response to things. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. I can't believe this. There is no doubt I am this person at this point. I cannot believe that this is a thing at this point. So I'm actually contemplating, and I was talking to Rich about this, and I'm going to get to the Rumble and everything, but I want to talk about this. I'm contemplating actually renting an authentic outfit that this man is wearing in this photo, and go where this display is, this whatever this is happening, and just stand there and see what happens. Because I cannot believe what I am seeing right now. I really, down to the beard, dude, and the eyebrows, and the way that I'll smirk in a photo. Just, this is, I don't know. If you want to see this and witness this yourself, go to my Twitter, Andrew Zarian on Twitter, at Andrew Zarian, twitter.com/Andrew Zarian, and you can see it. I mean, I have no words. I really have no words. It's hysterical. All right, so let's talk about. Tim Anger says, "This is you from your past life." Somebody actually wrote. Spencer wrote to me. He goes. I sent them the picture. He goes, "This is why you're paying on this life." I'm paying for my past terribleness. All right. For the Royal Rumble, we have 27 people announced. Now, a lot of people are freaking out over this because it's actually technically 28, because Kane had mentioned that he was entering in the not Kane, but Kane, Cain. He said that he was going to be in it, so it might be 28 announced. But you have to remember, they don't always stick to the number of people announced. They don't always stick to this. So I'm not worried about the fact that Otis is in it, and Tucker's in it, and Elias is in it, and Corbin's in it, and all this stuff. It's quite possible that Corbin gets beat up so bad he can't make it in, so now you're down by one. It's possible that, Bobby Rusev gets taken out by Bobby Lashley, and he can't be in it. So expect surprises. I'm okay. So there are rumors coming out. There's last minute speculation coming out. So if you don't want to hear any kind of thing that you would consider a spoiler, I suggest muting this for a little bit. But somebody posted on Twitter. He's in a hotel adjacent to the arena, and he posted that he saw MVP's Titantron come up. WWE. It's quite possible he's there and he's a surprise guy from that era, which is fine. But it is at times WWE does this to mess with people. This is a common thing that they do, that they pull it up on the video just to get buzz going and also to see who's leaking stuff. So Victoria for the women's came up as a surprise entrant, and MVP. Now, I was told, MG Geek, you could tell me, because you would know better than me, because I have no memory of when I first reported that Edge is returning. I mean, we're going back a year that I had said I was hearing the rumblings that Edge was starting to kind of feel out if he could return. He was seeing some doctors. I know this because a friend of mine that is outside of wrestling told me this because of whatever they're doing. Wherever he saw Edge, I don't want to give too much information. He overheard this was an option. So I guess we had reported this a very long time ago. I know he did a thing at SummerSlam, so this is prior to SummerSlam. So I would say probably May, we started hinting at Edge coming back. I believe the original date for his return would have probably been SummerSlam, but they couldn't get all the visits and everything out in time. Around the time of SummerSlam, Edge posted this unbelievable photo of him in the best shape of his life. I mean, he's in his 40s, and this guy was in better shape than I've ever seen him. It was after Mania, but before the summer. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if, because I sometimes tell MG Geek prior to knowing these things that I'm going to talk about. So I don't know if that was when we discussed it or we posted it, but either way, this is the moment to pull the trigger. I would not be surprised if they swerve everybody and they have him show up tomorrow, but this is a big deal for him. He signed a contract already, and the contract was as a performer, right? And again, it could be a managerial position, it could be a commentator, it could be an on-screen character. It was a performance contract. It wasn't a Legends deal. And this guy is ready. I mean, to get a couple more matches out of him, and if he's cleared and he feels that he is totally capable of doing this and without any kind of effects of being back in the ring, let him do it. I think it's great. Medicine has improved tremendously. A lot of stuff possibly sometimes is misdiagnosed. He's given his body a lot of time to heal and recover. We saw this, not the same injury, but with Daniel Bryan, we saw how the argument for him returning totally changed. So he is coming back. Paige is another rumor. I can tell you, I do not see that being a possibility. Her injury was really bad, and I can't see it happening. I'm not expecting CM Punk. I know a lot of people are excited. They think CM Punk's returning. He is not returning yet at the Rumble. Not saying he's not going to come back, but definitely not happening tonight. Unless I'm wrong. Then I'll eat my shoe again on the air. There are a ton of rumors happening that Mike Johnson from PW Insider. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah. He reported that Sting is returning, and there's a good chance he's going to wrestle at either Saudi Arabia or WrestleMania or both. And there's only one opponent that you could possibly think he could have this final match with, and maybe it'll be the opponent's final match, and that's The Undertaker. I mean, this is listen, we're not going to get this stellar match. It's going to have to be smoke and mirrors, right? The whole thing has to be done in a way where it's smoke and mirrors. Maybe it could turn into a tag match, maybe interferences, maybe a brawl, maybe keep it quick, something. But the fact that, people have been asking for this thing for 15 years, and we may kind of see it in some capacity, it's cool. And especially at WrestleMania, it can't be bad. I promise you, it won't be terrible. It won't be bad. Now, in Saudi Arabia, maybe. Maybe it'll be the shits. But I can tell you, if this match happens at a Mania, they're going to do everything in their power to keep, the illusion going. Because remember, this match is going to be all entrances. It's going to be the stare-off. It's going to be the howl, the Sting howl. It's going to be the throat cut from Undertaker. And that's it. That's all you need to do. That's all I need to see. Anything else beyond that is a bonus, in my opinion. So, I mean, I've heard that he's been wanting to do something. He doesn't want to end his career with that terrible, what happened in the Seth Rollins match. I think at the time it was WWE reacting very aggressively to any kind of injuries. Sting feels that he could wrestle. Doctors feel that he could wrestle, so he's going to wrestle. Whether or not it happens in WWE or someplace else, it's a matter of WWE wanting to allow them, because I know that he wants to end his career there. Now, the other big return is Ronda Rousey. A lot of reports are coming out that she is in Houston. I've heard everything that you guys have heard. So this isn't a a confirmation of any sorts, but I have heard that Ronda Rousey was 100% considered for the Rumble months ago from people within the company. I don't know if this is verification of this, but people are reporting that she is in Houston. She's not at the hotel. Somebody reported on Twitter. Of course, she's not going to be there, and so nobody else is going to be there, because why would they have them there? So she may just show up at the last minute and enter the Rumble and create her program for the new year. Because remember, the rubber match was going to be her and Becky in a singles. They never had it, and Ronda never got her revenge on Becky. I was very surprised to see last year she lost the title. It wasn't this, wonky finish. But they really pushed Becky within this, double championship moment. So Ronda's going to be interesting. This is the match that they were planning on doing and didn't happen. They added Charlotte, and now we may get it now. So if we're going to do it and you want Becky to be hot again, because she's definitely cooled off, this is the moment. Do it. I listen. The Rumble's fun. Not knowing who that next person coming out is the major part of this event that makes all of us very excited to watch. So for me, this is a really cool day. Rumble starts. The official show begins at 7 p.m. East. The pre-show begins at 5 p.m. East. So in about 29 minutes from the time I'm recording the show. So, guys, get your questions ready. Let's submit your questions. If you like us doing these late-breaking stuff, by the way, we did a bunch of bonus shows this week. We did a interview with Rocky Romero from NJPW. We did our regular Matman show. We did a watch-along. We're doing this. A ton of content because of you guys. If you go to our patreon.com/Matman podcast, you can fund us there. As little as $1 per episode, or $1 a month, or $5 a month, whatever you guys feel that you want to do, you can fund us over there, and it's awesome. I absolutely love it. So get your questions ready and submit them in the chat. I know a lot of questions were coming in on Twitter, so I would like to kind of answer some of these here while we're doing this. I'm trying to see what we have here. So somebody said, what other surprises do you expect at the Rumble? I don't know. I don't expect, by the way, I don't expect Daniel Bryan to re-enter in the Rumble. I think if anything, people are going to get taken away. There's only 3 spots open in that Rumble. I mean, I guess one is going to be Kane. Not Kane. Brock Lesnar Kane. The other one, what happened to doing a second Rumble watch? We did the second Rumble. It's not on Patreon. You know what? We did the 2005, and the audio was so atrocious. There was a problem with Rich's mic, and I'm sure that John couldn't edit it, so that might have been the problem. That might have been the problem right there. No watch along tonight because I actually want to watch the show with my friends. Um, I kind of want to just enjoy it as a fan rather than calling it. I would have loved to do it, but I kind of want to, eat my pizza and watch the show and hang out that way. How many NXT guys? So that kind of to go back on that. So if Kane is number 28, we got 2 spots, and let's say Edge is one of them. You're left with one NXT guy, and that kind of sucks, right? So I would anticipate there's going to be maybe 2 NXT guys and maybe 3. I don't know. It depends on this whole Brock Lesnar situation because the story of this Rumble is not about the title, who's going to be the number 1 contender. It's more about who's going to take Brock out. That's the story here, which is it's an interesting story, which you don't see on a heel. You always see it on the babyface with a bounty put on the person. We've seen that in the past when the management puts a bounty or the heels put a bounty on a guy like Austin and they're trying to take him out. We've never seen the heel entering in as the champion because there's nobody worthy of facing him. He's beat everybody, and now he's entering just to mock the roster because he's so much better. If you really think about it, this is a phenomenal story to get you to hate this guy. I mean, he's such a dick that not only is he not defending his title at the Rumble, he says nobody's worthy, and he's going to enter the Rumble and win just to prove a point that nobody's as good as him. Now, I mean, it's quite possible he wins. I mean, I'm not going based on spoilers or things that I've heard, but I'm saying as far as storyline goes, it is quite possible that he wins. But the biggest story would be who eliminates him. Who's the guy that does it? I don't think it's Keith Lee. Keith Lee's getting a huge push, but oh God, I don't know what the hell just happened to me. I warped out in time. It's not going to be Keith Lee because he's getting that push now with NXT. They got to be very careful what they do with him because this guy has all the capacity to become one of the biggest stars in the company. So be careful. I don't know if it's Matt Riddle. A lot of people talking about Matt Riddle. I mean, would that be awesome? Yeah. Someone says Triple H enters and knocks Brock out. I don't see that happening, but Hunter most likely will have a match at Mania. Who it's with, I don't know. Roman, is it Roman's year? I don't know. I don't even think he needs it. Whoever gets it this year needs to be the story told, right? The other thing that people were saying is that the winner would maybe not face Brock. It would be someone from the SmackDown side. So who defeats Bray? Is it Roman? That's a possibility. So if that's the case, then it could be Roman Reigns. But, that final, they haven't done a good job at the Roman Reigns comeuppance story from his return. They've been very careful with shoving him in our face. They've been very, very careful, which I applaud them on, that they didn't go off this crazy push. So they're building him up slowly, and they have him with someone that people detest to get the stink off so people forget that they were booing him. And by the way, very smart booking. They're going in the right direction. But if it's going to be Roman and Bray at Mania, I don't know. There's just so many different arms to this. And last year we said it's always a great Rumble when you don't have a clear winner. Last year Seth Rollins winning, up until the end, we really didn't have that clear winner, going into this. But previous years, we did. We kind of knew. Triple H entering the Rumble and winning, that was a surprise, but we kind of saw that happening. Other years where Roman won, we saw that happening. With this one, I think it's a little bit different. So let's go back to questions. Walter, no, definitely not Walter. I cannot expect it to be Keith Lee. NXT kicks ass at Survivor Series, and now nothing at Rumble. Who do you? I don't know. I would be very disappointed actually if I didn't see more than one NXT guy in there. But they made their announcement of who's in it, and obviously it could change. It should be 100% Riddle. So if we go on Riddle, right, and we talk about Matt Riddle being the one that throws Brock Lesnar out, as far as box office draw for Mania, is that the one? I'm just presenting the question. I'm not saying it's not. Is that the box office draw for Brock Lesnar? And for the main event, for the world title, are you going to catapult this guy into a match with Brock Lesnar, and then he beats Brock and becomes the WWE champion? Matt Riddle? You gotta, when they book, especially WWE, they're not booking for today or tomorrow. They're booking, okay, does this make sense 3 months from now? That's how you got to kind of look at it. And that's why a lot of their decisions are safe. They always play it safe. And for people that think that they weren't going to put the title on Kofi after the push that he got, all they could think of is, oh my God, the merchandise, the PR we're going to get from this, the T-shirt sales, that's how they think. They're not thinking about Kofi winning the title today and seeing what happens. That's how you book wrestling. These guys are booking a promotion machine. It's a PR company more than anything that has wrestlers that they represent. So Kofi Kingston winning the title and hanging on for it for a couple months was a big thing for them because they can make a lot of money off of it. Just something to think about. Let's see. It should be Riddle. I'm going with Roman, says MG Geek. I'm sorry. Definitely need a monster. What about Bray? What about Bray comes down, makes Brock lose, then it's title for title? I've asked, and they have told me they are not doing title for title. It's too early for that because they have two brands, and there's a lot of equity in having two titles for them, especially since one of them is always on a guy that's not really defending it too often. So I can't see that happening. They're going to do that eventually. They're definitely going to do it. They're definitely going to unify those belts and then split them again and unify. It's fine. That's how boxing is. I think a lot of people find it bizarre that I would say that, but boxing has unified world champions. The WBO, the IBF, WBC unified world heavyweight champion. So they do that at times, and then they lose the title. They lose one title, they lose the other title, and that's how they kind of split everything. Well, since we got everything we wanted at last year's Rumble, we will get everything we don't want at this one, says Ryan. It's quite possible. Listen, it's possible this could be a flop. Or it's possible it could be great. When you go in with zero expectation, it's fine. Oh, look at this. Thomas, good pick. My personal pick is Drew. I know for a fact that word for word, the conversation around Drew has been, and I'm gonna loosely quote it, it's make or break. This is the moment. If you don't pull the trigger now, it's over. This guy came back with so much charisma. It was a different man. I mean, it's not even the same person when you think about him in 3MB. And he reinvented himself into this monster. He is everything they want. Big guy, handsome guy, has the accent, has the charisma, great in the ring. This is the moment to pull it. If they don't, I can't see him getting the title. I mean, I'm not saying he has to win the Rumble today. I'm saying he has a very small bridge of opportunity left to kind of get over for him because he's hot. It's happening. But Thomas, very good pick. Listen, maybe it's Drew that gets rid of him. I mean, that would be a shock, right? Whom do you want to win the Rumble? I don't know. I've been thinking about this for a couple days now, and I really have no answer as to who I want to win the Rumble. I would have loved to see Daniel Bryan enter and win it. I think that's a tremendous story for him, but they've kind of mucked it up with the Bray stuff. Outside of him, what if Edge wins? What if it's him? Edge comes in, spears the crap out of Brock. Brock goes flying over the top, and that's it. Or they both spear themselves out. Yeah, there's a lot that they could do with this. I was told it's not going to be Brock and Edge at Mania, so I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe they're deterring me, but I've been told 10,000 different things from 10,000 different people at that company. Not 10,000. I'm not gonna exaggerate it, but 4 people. I've been told 4 different concepts, which I don't want to ruin. But I do not have a clear winner for the Rumble. How do you feel if it was like a Maven moment and someone like Kurt Hawkins or Zack Ryder knocked out Brock? I think that would be a moment of terribleness. I don't think that's the guy. And what does he do? He just kills everybody? All right. I think they could all. Let me see, Bob Hazelwood. Sorry, Bob. I think they could tell a good story with Lesnar winning the Rumble. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the story, right? That nobody is good enough. Everybody sucks. And he's the only one that's worthy of this. And then who comes and challenges him? By the way, I'm very behind. It's not the latency. I'm very behind in going through these. So keep them coming, guys. It's going to be Bray or The Fiend tossing Brock. He's not in the Rumble, which, who knows? Maybe he will be. It's a merchandising company with characters to drive their merch. Exactly. Assuming Bray loses the Universal title against Daniel Bryan. Cena comes out. Brock wins. Oh! Cena takes out Brock. Wins title from Brock at Mania. That's something. Listen, Cena's been very chatty on Twitter, which he's not a big social media guy. So maybe they're gearing up for a John Cena return. I anticipate he's going to be around for WrestleMania because they need to keep this thing star-studded. My brain just stopped. Maybe the Ricochet spot, says Matt. It's MG Geek. Maybe the Ricochet spot on Monday could be foreshadowing for something with Brock. I mean, what do you do with that? Where do you go? Ricochet and Brock Lesnar in some capacity at Saudi Arabia? I don't know. I don't know they want to waste this Brock Lesnar entering the Rumble story for that. I do find it fascinating that he is not. Whatever they do with him, it's leading to WrestleMania, right? Because you're not getting a match out of him. Why wouldn't you have a Brock Lesnar match? If they wanted to do Ricochet, why didn't Ricochet, they could have done that Ricochet segment 2 weeks ago and had that be the match, Ricochet versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship, where the whole story would be that he's being fed to Brock, and then he's so fast, Brock can't catch him because he's a big oaf. And then at the end, Brock Lesnar sits on him. I mean, they could have done that if that's the direction they were going in. Well, maybe it's going to play a part. I mean, I'm sure it'll play a part, but I don't think he's going to be the guy. Again, I like being wrong. I like not knowing. Let's see. Let me scroll up. Sorry. Let's see. Bob's question, would they? Maybe a different story. It's going to be Bray. We read that. It's a merchandising company. We read that. Assuming Daniel, blah, blah, blah. How about the Women's Rumble? I'm going to go with Sasha Banks or Charlotte as the winner. I feel more confident in that, and I could be wrong, but it's just like in my gut, I feel way more confident saying it's going to be Charlotte or Sasha in that. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to go with Sasha, and Sasha's going to challenge for Bayley's title or Asuka. Or maybe it's Ronda. Maybe Ronda. He has another one. Okay, let's do this. Sasha. It's going to be Sasha. If Ronda's in it, I'm going to go Ronda, Sasha, Charlotte as a possibility. Actually, you know what's funny? The Women's Rumble has a lot more surprises and unknowns. But how many would trigger WWE has missed on? A lot. Tons of them, Jonathan. Tons of people they miss on. I kind of agree with Drew since he's a tweener and it seems like they're going to lead towards face. Yep. Blooper. Hi, Andrew. Hey. Women's Rumble, I see Baszler. Shayna winning. So Shayna's in it. For sure. I don't know. That'd be very interesting. And then you get maybe like a Shayna and Ronda. You know what? God. Oh, what if Shayna and Ronda start teaming up and then Shayna eliminates Ronda from the Rumble? And then now you lead to a Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey match at WrestleMania. To kind of get her friend over. Drew is my want to pick, says Bob. Roman is my expect to pick. Pretty safe. Fantasy booking. What superstars have never won the Rumble do you choose to win at any point in time in history? And who does he face? Win this Rumble? You know what I would do? If I could pick something, I would do The Rock. The Rock enters the Rumble, challenges Brock Lesnar, beats Brock Lesnar, and then the program for SummerSlam is, or whatever pay-per-view they want to do, would be Roman Reigns and The Rock. I think WWE's Women's Rumble goes to Sasha to finally pay it to Sasha Bailey main roster match. That's a possibility. I think that's safe. What about Women Rumble? Any word on Rousey return? I mean, there's a lot of rumblings. How about Goldberg and Roman going for a spear and their heads bang into each other and they get confused and fall out of the ring? I added the last part. Ray comes down with Dominic helping eliminate Brock. Ugh, Dominic. I hope Dominic turns on Ray at this point. I just want it to be over with. Not being in the Rumble, no guarantee. Or R-Truth. Oh, imagine that. Sasha could be good. Okay, so I've caught up now. So now I'm getting messages. Let's see on other platforms what I'm getting. Yeah, so the Ricochet spot could play into something. Beyond this, I don't know. I'm very excited for this. We're about 10 minutes away from the kickoff show starting, and I'm sure there's going to be some shenanigans that start in the kickoff show that kind of dictate what happens. CM Punk is not returning at the Rumble. I would be very surprised because there was no contract signed, and they're having some issues with it. Somebody's in my office. Oh, intern Deacon's here. Here's a question. Raja asked that one. Samoan Secret wants to know, do you want in-ring sacks in WWE? Deacon, is that what you want? In-ring sacks?
Yes.
You just got here? Oh my God.
Yes.
You reek of weed.
Well,
yeah, you stink of it.
It's cigarettes.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Thank you. All right. Blooper, I love the pod. I never catch a show while on. Whoop, whoop. Shayna winning could lead to a 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen feud. Do you feel Daniel Bryan is winning the title at Rumble? I don't know. I don't know if it's the right person for him to win the title from. Booker T, that's one. You know what? I would love to see Booker come in. By the way, did you guys hear the joke that Christian made on backstage where they posted a picture of Booker? He's lifting, jacked up. He's lifted, and he makes a joke about how he's just holding his luggage. I died. I thought it was so funny, his delivery on that. Booker T could be one special guy. We don't know. I don't know. I'm very hopeful that this is going to be a great Rumble. Guys, I'm going to go and start prepping for this Rumble. Very excited for it. We will be live tweeting the whole time. And also we'll be in our Facebook group on Facebook. If you go to Matmen Podcast Discussion, Matmen Pro Wrestling Discussion, it's our group. Or if you go to Matmen Podcast and there's a link on there to our group, you could join the group. MG Geek is the moderator there. He does a great job with just keeping the conversation going, which I'm sure today is going to be a lot of chatter, a lot of news, a lot of people talking. This is interesting. You know what's funny? We did our Royal Rumble 2017 show today. In 2017, it lined up, and I'm curious what we had picked for that day for the winner of the 2017 Rumble. I'm just really curious what we said. All right, guys. You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Zarian. Hit the I hate doing this. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the podcast everywhere podcasts are available. I'll be tweeting with you guys. Enjoy the show. Also, don't have crazy high expectations. Go into it as, let's see what's going to happen. And I guarantee you're going to enjoy what you see. When you go in with saying, well, CM Punk should come back or this one, it's never going to live up to your expectation. You're able to book it in your head the way you want it to be. So let's just go into this with bare minimum expectations so we're happy after this. There's a good possibility I may return and do a post show. It depends on how much drinking goes on at this party today. So, and it depends on how late the show goes. So if the show's ending at midnight, there's less of a very low chance that I'm returning on the air. But if it ends at like 11:30, 11 o'clock, I may do a 30-minute, post show. So we will post that on our Twitter. So make sure you follow us, Matt Men Podcast on Twitter. And we'll see you all next time. Take care. Thanks, guys. I'll see you all in a few. I'm going to be tweeting everything. Rich is coming in an hour, so he'll be here, and we'll do some videos and stuff. So I'll see you guys. See you on Twitter.